Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Claystron here with my good friend Ivanovsky, and we are bringing you a little TvZ on Shakuras Plateau. Ivanovsky, why don't you go ahead and introduce our players?
Spawning in the upper right-hand position, we have the red Zerg. I have one, maybe you have one, UncleTom. Versus, in the upper left-hand position, the blue Terran, our good friend and galactic cetacean, SpaceWhales.
Oh, SpaceWhales.
Now this right here, whenever someone says anything that isn't a simple good luck have fun in the all chat before the 1 minute mark, you know you are about to be cheesed.
Yep, they are cheesing.
Oh yeah, so I'll be very surprised if we don't see something worthy of a pre-1 minute high out of SpaceWhales.
You know, I don't really know how, whales from space could be very sneaky. They're kind of big and fat, and I'd imagine that they're very conspicuous.
Well, but space is also quite vast in its size. So really, I mean, yeah, you think of a whale as something that takes up a lot of space, but in the great empty nothingness that is the void, I mean, I think a whale would be pretty hard to locate if all you knew about it was that it's somewhere in space.
Yeah. Well, I mean, space isn't entirely a void. It's basically a giant superconductor.
Filled with whales.
Filled with whales.
The answer to all of our energy problems. And let's see, both players are getting some good scouting information in. SpaceWhales opting to get the close gas, letting the UncleTom's Overlord scout it as quickly as possible.
We have a hatch first.
Well, meanwhile, UncleTom throwing down that hatch first.
And he's going for the pool on 17. It's a fairly greedy pool.
Hatch first and pool on 17 or die trying. That's how I play Zerg.
Looks like we are probably going to see the standard Terran Reaper expand.
Oh, and you just missed a little mini battle in SpaceWhales space.
I saw that.
Oh, where we had an extractor trying to go down, but SpaceWhales either saw it coming or just timed his gas perfectly. But that's very interesting. I mean, UncleTom has to be seeing that and wondering what's going on. There aren't that many early game Terran builds that require 2 gases.
That was a fairly early second gas.
And speaking of things that cost gas, we have a Reaper coming out. I can only imagine UncleTom assumes that when he sees that tech lab first. Not too many people getting a Marauder first in TvZ, except for yours truly.
Now this second gas means that that SpaceWhales is not going to be expanding anytime soon. He is likely going to be going for Banshees. Generally, when you get a quick second gas, that means Banshees or some other, gas-heavy thing. Maybe Ravens. We don't really see Ravens all that often.
We do have the Reaper running into the base of UncleTom, going to do some scouting and, well, quite easily pick off some drones if he runs in there before that queen hatches, but it's going to be close.
But he's going off of the gas drones. Whenever you go in and you scout with a Reaper, it's generally best to not go after the gas drones because the workers on gas, they go back into the extractor frequently enough that you will not be able to,
every couple of seconds.
That you won't be able to kill them. You'll get 2 shots off, get them into the red, and then you'll start attacking the next one.
It's a real pain in the butt from a micro perspective, too, because you won't go back to attacking the red one when he does pop out unless you manually click him.
So you won't actually start killing drones until all 3 of those workers are in the red. So,
and back here in the base of SpaceWhales, you were correct earlier. I'm surprised. He is getting a starport and building a tech lab, I'm guessing, for it on that second barracks. I didn't necessarily expect him to go Banshees, what with that UncleTom looking that second extractor straight in the face. I mean, you have to imagine...
Wait, no, he's not going Banshees. I was wrong.
That a Zerg at this level is
That's 3 tech lab barracks. Do you see what I'm saying?
Oh, dear.
And a medevac. We have a Reaper medevac.
Because where do you not expect Reapers to come from? That's right, inside of a medevac.
You know, Reapers can
Normally a unit that just runs
up and down
It just
cliffs.
runs right up cliffs, doesn't really need to take to the skies.
And they do have speed. These are speed Reapers.
That is mass speedling. Those Reapers are going to have to do some fantastic micro with that medevac, or just camp this cliff and let the speedlings run by into the base.
Uh-oh, he needs to cancel that, get that Reaper back up there, pull some SCVs.
SpaceWhales trying to expand, but not really getting anywhere with it. While meanwhile, UncleTom, free to take expansions at this point, or take map control, or build 12 banelings.
And
but,
go for a baneling bust. We have a command center from SpaceWhales.
SpaceWhales basically being forced to turtle up.
However, baneling bust, probably not the best call against Mass Reaper and Medevac.
Oh, I'm not sure if I like this myself. The Reapers don't get bonus damage versus the banelings, but
they can outrun the banelings.
He needs all of those Zerglings to do the damage.
And he can spot the high ground with the medevac, so the banelings should never actually hit the Reapers. And these Reapers...
I'm not entirely sure if a single baneling landed on anything that wasn't a building just there.
Nope. Oh, and so, just so you know, the plan for HOTS is to give Reapers a regen. So, imagine this, but you don't need the medevac.
Are you joking?
No, that is actually one of the planned features for HOTS. That's how they are planning to make Reapers useful, is give them a regen.
That's right, folks, because Terran wasn't already OP enough. Meanwhile, we do have Mass Reaper now bearing down on the base of UncleTom, and he is in a lot of trouble. He cut a large number of harvesters for that early pressure that didn't do very much damage.
Yeah, it is.
It won't surprise me if we see a GG here rather soon.
GG from UncleTom! Wow. It's an interesting build. Have not seen Reapers in quite a while, but who knew? Reaper medevac.
I'd be interested in going back into that game and watching it just from the SpaceWhales camera to see, what exactly he scouted that let him know that, there wasn't going to be some sort of normal... I feel like, roach pressure, or even just a Zerg who doesn't cut drones to all-in you with units that are terrible against Reapers. This would have been quite a bit trickier to pull off.
Yeah, I feel like this was a mostly blind build from SpaceWhales, but he did open with that one Reaper, so he got to scout UncleTom's base. And
it was definitely a blind counter. The question is, how much more of a game would we have had if he hadn't blind countered, but instead, been in a position to where he actually, had to do some crazy Reaper into medevac micro versus, say, roaches.
Yeah, I don't know.
But, well, as you may have noticed, this is our second SpaceWhales game that we're casting, and we'll probably be bringing you some more fun from this this interesting little Terran. So, maybe we'll get to find out how this build goes against a Zerg who doesn't all in with Baneling Bust.
So far, we have seen a 15-minute planetary fortress rush with mass drops.
Well, and that's why I was really hoping there was going to be Reaper medevac action going on, because we know that SpaceWhales can do it. But that'll have to wait until next time. Until then, this is Ivanovsky.
And this is Kleistron, signing out.